Hello and welcome. We're at the Karoo 62 venue, Universal Frequencies Festival. It's an absolute honor for myself to be here with Mr. Reichardt, Mr. Abra, connected to our minds, one of the most, I would say, inspiring and exciting labels happening here in Cape Town, South Africa. Please welcome Mr. Abra.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how are you doing today, good sir?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good, bro. Lovely. How do you feel about coming out into the middle of nowhere, performing music, sharing culture, community? What do you find so intriguing, and what do you enjoy most about the psychedelic scene?
You know, I was actually telling Lily yesterday, it's such a unique line of work to be able to come to these beautiful venues and all these amazing alternative people and to play this amazing music and inspire people to just create better things in life, and also just to be out here in nature and experience music with be exposed to the elements for a weekend. It's great, you know.
Yeah. And
something visceral about it. It's like a real experience.
Yes.
And it's also difficult, you know. It's like difficult to organize events, and it's like it requires a lot of sacrifice. Not even just from the organization point of view, but also to drive out here. And if you're camping, it's like it's not always, you know.
You're pushing your body a bit to the extreme. You know, you're out here battling with the elements, like it was raining today, whatever it may be, super cold at night, you're tired, but you push through, and there's something magical about that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a give and take.
Exactly. And where did your journey kind of start with all of that? Was it the scene was just happening and you were intrigued, or did a particular artist, particular song draw you out? What was that?
You know, it's actually quite an interesting story. I was 18 years old and I actually grew up in a small town just outside Durban, in Harrismith.
Okay.
And as soon as I finished high school, I flew to London, and one of my best friends there, this is also a South African guy, he was like, I'm going to a rave for New Year's.
Okay.
And I was just into metal. I never heard of a psychedelic trance in my life. And he's like, let's go to this rave. So we went to this place called the Stratford Rex in London, and there was like this huge psychedelic trance party. And unbeknownst to me, there was like some of the biggest old school goa acts playing, like Hooja Boy, but I didn't know it. I mean, I didn't know any of it, but I just saw this, like all these people with dreads and like dressed like fairies and psychedelic artwork and the music, and it was overwhelming, but it was also like, since then I was just hooked, you know. Since then, like the transformation that happened in my life because of the scene and its influence and the inspiration that came from it. After a few years of being involved in it, I was like, I really want to give back to what it gave to me, you know.
Yes.
And then I decided I wanted to start producing music, and the events thing just came. The events thing came after myself and Carl started the label Our Minds.
I see.
So we just felt like it's natural, like we have the capital, and we have the means, and we have the resources. So let's just do a label-based event, and booked all the label guys, and it was just from there it was just magic. Awesome. People seemed to respond really well, and then from there it just kind of like exploded.
And obviously Our Minds has been growing quite a lot, going in different directions, working with Modem, doing own tech, very exciting things. Where is the general direction going for Our Minds that you see it?
So the psychedelic techno thing with Omtech is something we're really enjoying at the moment, like really different. Myself also starting to produce a bit of techno now. It's like really nice.
Exciting.
A whole different dynamic of production and perspective. The market is relatively saturated when it comes to psychedelic trance, and we also feel like we always wanted Our Minds to be a multifaceted, multi-genre based festival. And drum and bass and techno is like really popular, specifically now in Cape Town. So we feel like there's a lot of opportunity there as well to expand and grow, and also start releasing drum and bass on Our Minds. I think we have an EP in the go already.
Okay.
Yes,
Exciting.
And then Omtech is also like pumping now, releasing about once a month on Omtech.
Nice.
Yeah.
And obviously your partners, Lily, you are Our Minds, she's Universal Frequencies. You guys are quite good spokespersons for the scene, pioneers, and like it's you have a lot to say about the scene, you know. So when thinking about Our Minds, when thinking about Universal Frequencies, where we're at, what is the sort of intention that you hope to find at a festival, and like what are you picking up that Universal Frequencies is doing right?
Well, for me, the most important thing is I think if people come here, and obviously, you know, people open themselves up energetically in certain ways.
For sure.
And I feel like the space you create must be a safe enough space for people to have those experiences without having possibility of being affected energetically negative way when you're in that vulnerable space. So I feel like you need to make sure what kind of music is being played and what's the intention behind just seeing where the energies move, people that are coming to your events, who's playing, what is there, you know, just have a good a fundamental psychological framework of what's happening. So you make sure that you're conscious of everything. Just make sure that everyone is on the same sort of line of thinking in terms of the experience that we're trying to create for people, which should be like a safe space to just relax and fully open yourself to have even a potential spiritual experience, you know.
Yes.
Because for a lot of people, it's not like it's a religion or anything like that, but I do sometimes tend to think it's a unique and different form of spirituality in a way, you know.
Dancing is like praying almost.
Exactly,
you know?
it's like an active meditation.
Yes,
and
connecting with the higher
I feel
self.
like people need to have that kind of respect for the dance floor and for the space and for other people.
Yes.
And I feel like also it's good to have a general collective idea of maintaining that perspective, you know, about trance events, because it's a special place of transformational capabilities.
Yes. And obviously the scene has changed quite a lot over the recent years. Obviously there was COVID and then things have changed after that, but with events like Our Minds and Universal Frequencies, what sort of direction do you think we should be looking to go to keep those core values? You know, like you were saying, a community doesn't have to be all exactly the same type of people. Obviously there will be like-minded people, but with that core respect and, you know, plur and just those core values, it really, really helps. But besides that, what do you think is like a core thing that makes a festival good, and what makes a community a bit more inclusive?
I think it's good to, especially when you look at the marketing campaigns and stuff, like, you know, using boosted ads and stuff. When you're doing your targeting, not to target too broadly, because you don't want to attract. You also don't want to grow too much too quickly.
Yes, too fast. Yeah.
So you attract a bigger demographic of people that aren't necessarily on the same line of thinking. So it's good to grow slower. Friends bring friends, and then grow organically like that.
Smart.
So that it doesn't, you know, attract people that aren't necessarily going to, you know, that can possibly disrupt the energy. And make it not so nice for everyone, you know. Because I've seen that happen with brands that grow too quickly, and then they invest more and more money, and they make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it kind of like loses that essence of uniform intention and thinking.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. And in terms of your energy and your intention that you're bringing when playing your music, what kind of mindset do you have when going into that and prepping sets and production? Are you thinking about the way that you're going to be connecting with dance floor? Are you thinking about just taking someone on a psychedelic journey? And how are you planning for your set to go tonight?
Well, that is quite a complex thing. I mean, I always try and play something that I want to transport people's imaginations to a different realm, of, you know, different dimensional realm of experience.
Yes.
And I mean, it's quite a complex process, because I don't do it intuitively, but I try and play things that can go as psychedelic as possible, but also try and conform to what I think the kind of crowd that's going to be there. So as psychedelic as I possibly can, but still relatable for people to enjoy it, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, and I try and also make it a bit more eclectic, so I won't necessarily focus on one specific subgenre. So I will try and keep it more or less. If I'm going to play dark progressive set, in the lines of the dark progressive, like Spectre, but still make it like eclectic within that sphere of not playing, you know, just like driving dark prog, like
bit of variation.
Stuff. Maybe some of it here and there, but then also just try and fluctuate between more uplifting kind of sounds and stuff to kind of like make it like a dark to light journey, and modulate it like that as much as I can.
Nice, bringing the energy.
But also looking at people and the way they're dancing, so I'll try and also see how the crowd is responding, and then I'll change it depending on how people are responding to it. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of your own music, it's hard to put into genres and everything, but would you classify yourself as like a dark progressive artist, or just psychedelic music in general?
From the production side, been doing mostly dark progressive, but I'm also doing a bit of faster stuff now, like foresty stuff.
Exciting.
And then started writing some side tech now as well.
Okay.
Which is a really, really cool, different approach to production, which I'm really enjoying. You can do a lot more groove and percussive swing, offbeat elements with side tech, which is nice, you know.
Yes. I see. And also just a bit more of an OG genre in terms of like loops. You can kind of get lost in that trance almost easier compared to a trance, because there's so many sounds.
I feel like a lot of side tech today is almost more trance inducing as a formula than trance music, which can be quite schizophrenic, you know. It changes a lot all the time, and that kind of like rolling monotony is kind of like also like a shamanic thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost more trance-inducing, which I really like.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, but that's about it for this interview with this absolute legend in front of me. Like I say, it is a big honor. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Of course, brother, and really looking forward to the set tonight. If you haven't heard of Abra, if you haven't heard of Our Minds, if you haven't heard of Universal Frequencies, what are you doing? Om Tech. Come on. We know that psychedelic trance is here. We know that techno is here. We can all be friends. Let's follow the musical journey together. Thank you very much, good sir.
Sweet.